Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Nadia and this is the place where we get real. And today I want to get real about lasting longer in bed, because if you aren't new to this channel, then you hopefully know by now that the secret to really satisfying sex for a woman is sex that goes the distance. And this is something that a lot of men struggle with. So what are some little hacks, some little tips that you can use to last longer and help your woman get to climax? Well, I'm about to let you in on all of my top secrets, so make sure you keep on watching. Welcome back to my channel. Are you serious with me? Oh my god, oh my god! I don't understand how these things always happen to me. Whether you're new to this channel or you've been around for a while, chances are you're here because you want to have better sex. And if you want to have better sex with a woman, you want to be having sex that allows your woman to actually get warmed up so that she can get lubricated, get her blood flow going, and get herself to climax. Because we know from the research that the average time it takes a woman to reach climax is 12 to 24 minutes. And that can be longer for some women because we know that factors like stress can really play a role in how long a woman takes to get there. And for a lot of men, it can be quite the opposite. Men can find themselves coming quite quickly and the sex being over a lot sooner than you want it to. And I do want to start out this video by saying that if you've ever suffered from premature ejaculation, you are not alone. In fact, it's estimated around 30% of men suffer from PE at some stage in their lives. It can be influenced by all sorts of things, and stress can be one of them. So please do not beat yourself up if you've ever orgasmed before you've been ready to. The good news is I have some really good solutions for you and I'm about to share them right now. So with no further ado, let's get straight into tip number 1. One of the biggest mistakes men make when it comes to sex is going straight to taking clothes off and having penetrative sex. And that's because we're taught that penetrative sex is how we're supposed to have sex. We don't get taught that actually sex can include all sorts of different things, and none of those things have to be penetration. For women, penetration isn't necessarily the most important component of sex because most women actually reach climax through clitoral stimulation, and clitoral stimulation is something in general that can't really be achieved through just traditional penetrative sex. So the best thing that you can do in the bedroom to last the distance and give your woman the best chance of reaching climax is simply to have at least 5 to 10 minutes of clothes on foreplay. Clothes on foreplay is just having foreplay but with your clothes on. So that means you can do things like deep, passionate kissing, stroking her body, just stroking it over the clothes. You can put a hand under the clothes as well, but leave those clothes on. And the reason you need to do that is because in women, this builds anticipation. A lot of the research around women and sexual desire confirms what most women have already known about the way our sexual arousal works. And that is the fact that it is very much a cerebral process. We are first and foremost aroused with our brains, and then our brain sends a message down to our vagina to start getting us wet so we are ready for really good, really comfortable sex. Clothes on foreplay allows a woman to get her brain into gear, imagining all the things that you are going to do to her body once you take her clothes off. The longer you leave her clothes on while you are passionately kissing her and touching her over the clothes, the longer she is going to have to get lubricated, which means by the time you take her clothes off, you're going to find, as Cardi B put it, a wet ass pussy. Premature ejaculation is actually just defined as ejaculating before you want to. If you've ever ejaculated before you've really wanted to, or if you've ever really struggled to actually be able to truly enjoy sex because you're spending so much time trying to take your mind out of the game, trying to think about things like the baseball results, thinking about your grandma, thinking about anything that will stop you getting too turned on so that you don't climax, then you know how much that sucks. It sucks not to be able to really be in the moment when you're having sex because you're spending so much time stressing about orgasming too soon as a man, and in turn disappointing your female partner. And your female partner is going to be disappointed if she can't have a climax too. So one of the best ways to deal with that is to actually take the edge off some of the sensitivity that you're experiencing during sex. And while there are tons of products on the market out there for tackling it, I have never felt comfortable recommending one because so many of the products that are out there have some really dangerous side effects, and so many of the products that are out there actually cause transference, which means that they don't only numb your penis to reduce your sensitivity, but they also numb your partner, so your partner's not having a good time either. But I recently and very happily came upon a product which does what we all want it to do. It just takes the edge off the sensitivity while allowing you to still enjoy sex, not having to worry about transference to your partner, and being able to go the distance. And it's great whether you suffer from premature ejaculation, or even if you've never suffered from premature ejaculation, but you just like to go a little bit longer in bed. And really, who wouldn't? And it actually brings me to today's video sponsor, and that is Promescent. I did actually personally reach out to the guys at Promescent after my partner and I tried the product out. Now, my boyfriend does not suffer from premature ejaculation. He's pretty good at going the distance, but there are times that I would like sex to last longer. And so we tried Promescent out, and whoa, let me tell you, I was one very satisfied lady. And Promescent is something that we reach for in times that I just want the sex to last a little bit longer. There is nothing wrong with a quickie, by the way, but we're talking about lasting longer today. So I want to share with you a little bit of information about how this product works and why I have become such a huge advocate for it. So with no further ado, here is a little bit of information about Promescent. Promescent is an FDA-compliant delay spray that helps men last longer in bed, and the only delay spray in North America that's undergone a certified clinical study which showed men who use it go the distance. Promescent works by using target zone technology, which helps extend your performance without making you feel numb, whilst also ensuring little to no transference to your partner when used as directed. This is because, unlike regular delay sprays, Promescent doesn't sit on the surface of the skin. Instead, it sits just below the epidermis, where it's much more effective. There's no need to think about math, your grandma, or the baseball score during sex. Promescent takes away that edge so that you can relax and enjoy the ride, pun intended. But don't just take my word for it. Promescent is recommended by over 2,200 physicians, doctors, sex therapists, and urologists nationwide as a first-line defense for early ejaculation. Better still, it's available over the counter and online without a prescription, so you can avoid the awkward doctor's appointment. Promescent also offer a wide range of sexual enhancement products for better lovemaking, from silky smooth lubes to supplements to increase your energy, erections, and libido, to condoms. They're essentially a one-stop shop for hot, healthy sex all year round. Promescent's delay spray is already incredibly cheap, but because I'm so excited for you guys to try it out and see how good it really is, I've got a discount for you. Just use the code Nadia at checkout to receive 15% off. The link is in the description below. Be quick because this product regularly sells out. Now, because we have such a huge focus on penetrative sex in our culture, when we talk about sex, we always think about penis in vagina penetration, which isn't the only way to have sex. we tend to also think of sex as essentially being an act involving lots and lots of thrusting. And lots of men don't really have good sex education available to them, so quite often men will look to porn to get an idea of how sex should look. And if you've ever watched porn, and let's not kid ourselves, we've all watched porn, then I'm sure you will have seen plenty and plenty of jackrabbiting. That is hardcore thrusting, the kind of thrusting that is kind of like, yeah, that kind of stuff. Now, that not only doesn't feel good for women, because what it does is it dries up our lubrication with all of that friction, but it's not going to help out you as a guy, because that thrusting is going to increase all of that blood flow in your penis, and it's going to make you ejaculate much faster. A little tip that you can use to stop yourself from ejaculating too soon is to thrust less. And that means spending more time doing things that don't involve thrusting. Now, that could be things like stopping for a minute and taking some time to go down on your partner and give her oral sex, or stopping to kiss or touch or caress. Or it could mean that you stay inside her, but instead of thrusting inside her, you can try just gently rocking back and forth, or even gently circling your penis around inside her. Both of these things are going to feel really good for her still, because both of them are going to target her G-spot, but they're going to make it a little bit easier for you to hold off orgasm, because they're going to feel a whole lot less intense. So you're going to have a win-win by making sure that she is still satisfied and you are able to go a little bit longer in the sack. Edging is a really great way to train yourself to last longer in bed if you have a little bit more time and a little bit more patience as well. And it's particularly effective for men who do struggle with premature ejaculation, because what you're doing is helping to train your body and your brain to be able to hold off from ejaculating. And it's actually quite simple. All you need to do is each time you masturbate, when you feel yourself getting close to the point of orgasm, you want to take your hand, or if you're using a toy, a masturbation sleeve, take that away and stop for 30 seconds. Actually, really wait for 30 seconds, watch a clock, watch those numbers count down, and then return to masturbating and repeat that process one more time, getting close to orgasm and then pulling your hand or the toy away so you stop yourself from orgasming, and then the third time you can allow yourself to ejaculate. I definitely don't recommend repeating this more than twice, because you're going to end up with too much of a build-up, you'll end up with blue balls, and it will feel very uncomfortable if not painful. Now, what you want to do is repeat that, doing it a couple of times and then ejaculating 2 to 3 times a week, every week. And you're really going to need to stick to it for at least 6 to 8 weeks before you start seeing results. But if you are dedicated, you will see results, because your body is going to start learning to hold off when you want to hold off, and you will be able to replicate that during partnered sex. But you do, of course, need that dedication. So you're going to have to clear some time in your calendar to edge a couple of times a week, every week. Masturbating before sex is a really great way to be able to make yourself last longer in bed when you do have sex, though it does require a little bit of advanced planning. So it tends to work best when you already have a scheduled date. So if you know you've got a hot date tonight and there is a good chance that you might be having sex right before the date, masturbate. Then if and when sex does happen, you're going to find you don't have that same intensity, because you've already had that release beforehand, and you will be able to last just that little bit longer. Now, if you are having more spontaneous sex and you of course don't have a chance to masturbate beforehand, there is still an option. What you can do is do a little bit of mutual masturbation as a form of foreplay, and it can be really sexy. Mutual masturbation is when you and your partner both masturbate in front of each other. It can be really hot, and it's also a great way to learn what your partner likes because you can watch your partner touching themselves and touching their clitoris and get some pointers for later on. But you're also going to get yourself to climax, have that ejaculation, have that release. Then you can go for round 2 and you will find that you'll be able to last much longer. And your partner needn't even know that this is a technique that you've used to make yourself last longer. It can just be incorporated into the sex. Though I do really want to say here, guys, that if you do suffer from premature ejaculation, it's not anything to be embarrassed about. PE happens to so many men, and at the end of the day, men should not be expected to always perform perfectly in bed. It puts too much pressure on you guys, and sex is not meant to be serious or stressful. It's meant to be fun. So please, just don't beat yourself up about this. If you have a partner, I really recommend talking to your partner about it if it's something that's been bothering you, so that you can really communicate it and discuss some strategies around it. But hopefully some of the hacks in this video are going to help you out. In particular, do go and check out Premature. It is an awesome product. I wouldn't recommend it if I hadn't personally used it and loved it. And each time you guys buy Premature, you actually directly support this channel, because brands like Premature keep supporting me because you guys buy their products, and I can tell you their products are awesome. So go hit the link in the description below, check them out. They actually also have a female arousal gel, which is really good. So if you're a female viewer watching this, check that out. It's quite nice. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did and you'd like to see more videos like this, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here, or if you've been watching for a while and you haven't subscribed. Really, guys, why haven't you subscribed? Come on, hit that subscribe button, because I make new sex positive videos every single week and you definitely don't want to miss them. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you in the next one. Mwah.